Hi, so it's April 2019. My name's Keith. I am just starting out on YouTube, and this is my first YouTube video, so excuse the poor quality and the lots of ums and ahs because I'm just getting used to this. But I decided at the beginning of this year to get involved with online entrepreneurship, looking at different ways where I can create revenue online. I do like technology. I'm very much into internet and other things, although you'll be quite surprised to hear that it's only been a year or so since I've really got into YouTube and understood YouTube, and I've never used Facebook. And they're platforms that I need to understand, I'm trying to learn about. Want to try and create a second income, mainly just to try around and sort of see where it goes. I've always wanted to try and do something online, but up until recent years I've had lots of other activities taking place that sort of end up taking priority, and I've never put it at the top of my list, whereas now it is the top of my list. I'm trying to find ways to bring in additional income, to pay off the mortgage a bit quicker, make some of the bills a bit more comfortable, and ideally if it could, my wife could then stop her full-time job and support the online activities while I carry on my full-time job at the moment, and that's ideal. That's what we're looking for. So I thought what I would do would document what I'm doing. I say I've been looking into this for the last 2 or 3 months, doing quite a bit of research. There's lots and lots and lots of information out there, that's some good, some bad, some indifferent, and trying to put it all together, and it has been an emotional roller coaster. I started off by going, okay, then I want to be online doing some form of activity, and through an initial research I started off by doing some mind mapping, understanding and looking at what the different options were. So I started off with Amazon FBA, looking into that seemed a really good prospect, and for as many sources out there that said it was a good opportunity, there was just as many saying it was not a good opportunity, don't bother. Then I started looking at Shopify, the pros and cons, and I'll do some different videos on this as I go along and look at some of these areas in a bit more specific. But one of the things I found was that there's lots of videos out there where they're giving you free information. But here's the free information, now sign up to my workshop, which is great. And I would quite happily sign up with some of these workshops. I mean, some of them are a few £100s, some of them are thousands of pounds. But the problem is, they're going like, what one do you choose? For the amount of, there's the variety of videos and training sessions that are out there, and all these entrepreneurs that are selling their skills, their mentoring, you don't actually know. You have to invest to then find out which is good and which isn't. And that's part of the problem. No one's actually given that information to go, do you know, this was really good. I saw one this morning, a lady called Essence from the US, and she's been dabbling for a couple of years, and she's just started on tried ClickBank University. And she's just given a brief overview, but it's the first time I've come across someone talking about some of the training with a little bit of depth. But the one thing I get really fed up seeing, and anyone that wants to get into online business, is you see all these wonderful sessions and publications and promotions. Yeah, so they're saying earn a 6-figure salary by sitting indoors doing nothing. Passive income, you don't have to work. I'm now 49, and I've got to say I've never really come across any revenue stream where you don't have to work for it. Okay, in a couple of years' time, once you've got it all going and you've put lots of effort and lots of work into it, then it might start becoming a bit more passive, and you might start getting, be able to relax a little bit, but you don't get anything for nothing. You get in for, and I don't know, there's only a very few number of videos and a very few number of YouTubers that actually go, do you know what? If you want to earn a 6-figure salary, it's out there. You can do that, but you need to work for it. And I was watching a couple yesterday where they were saying, do you know what? Whatever you think you need to put in, double that effort. So if you think you need to do 2 hours a day, do 4 hours a day. If you think you need to do 1 day a week, you need to do 2 days a week, if not 3 days a week, but you need to put the effort in. And the other big thing that a lot of these, the big entrepreneurial YouTubers and other individuals out there who have made their fortune, you have to go through a lot of disappointment. One of the things that's come out from the training and a lot of the research that I've done at the moment is that you need to prepare to fail, but to turn that failure into success. So don't fall down at the first hurdle. Go, what was the hurdle? This is what the problem was. How do I not fall down at that hurdle again and overcome it? Anyway, and it's been such an emotional roller coaster. When I first started, you don't know where to go. So you do lots of research, you have a look around, and you're dabbling in all different sorts of areas, mainly YouTube, because that's where most of the information is. But you just don't realise how much of an emotional roller coaster this is. So I started out really, really eager. Never been on video for like YouTube, so I was a bit nervous about going on and doing and put myself out there. But brilliant idea, Amazon FBA. So I was on a real high, really getting into that. Then I sort of start delving into the detail and go, okay, it's not as great and as glamorous as everyone says it is. Not instantly great and glamorous and profitable as everyone else is. And then you go down. So you start researching and you come up and and you find something else. You go, oh, really passionate. That looks really good. Then no, bang. You find something and you go, no, it's not actually as good as everyone says it is. And it really is an emotional roller coaster, and it's really hard to stay on track. One of the problems I've found, which has been really difficult, has been staying on target. So as I say, 3 months ago I started off, and I've been doing lots of research over 3 months. I've tried to change my attitude and lifestyle through some of the information I've seen, and again I'll talk about that at a later stage and give you more detail. And I hope that some of this really helps understand for anyone else that tries to get into this entrepreneurship. I say I'm 49. A lot of the people out there are like in their early 20s. So I'm coming to this much later in life, but there's no reason why you can't. On average, it looks as though, from what research I've undertaken so far, you're looking at probably a couple of years to really get established and really for it to start doing what you want it to do, to a point where you can go, do you know what, this could be my full-time job or just a second income, and then you can scale it wherever you want. But you'll know it's not, you see lots of advertisements saying make your first $4,000 in the first week. You have to be that exceptional 0.01% of entrepreneurs to do that, or exceptionally lucky. It takes time and work. And that's the thing that's not really coming through in a lot of the research and the information is it takes time and patience and perseverance, and you need to psychologically prepare yourself for that journey. And it is a journey, and that's the first thing is to understand and overcome. It is a journey. It's a journey with its pitfalls, but don't look at the pitfall as I'm going to fall in, I can't get out. Look at the pitfall as I fell in. How did I get out? Now that was the pitfall, so I'll avoid it for next time. So yeah, and I'm going to try and share as much information as I can. I'm going to try and monetize some of this where and as I can. I'm out there to try and make an income from this and have fun doing it. Again, one of the other things that sort of come through, excuse me, one of the other things that came through is you're going to spend a lot of time doing this. You're going to be spending a lot of time tucked away in front of a computer screen doing other bits and pieces. Is try and enjoy it and have a bit of fun doing it. So anyway, this is I've droned on a little bit, so hopefully you see where I'm coming from, and hopefully you'll see these improve as I go along, and I will try and improve, or I will improve them. And as I find information and resources, I'll try and share them with everybody. And I hope everybody, all you guys out there, might find some use from this. I want these blogs and these YouTube videos to be beneficial. No point wasting my time sitting here if you're not getting something out of it. Like everybody else, leave comments down below. Hopefully I'd like to see you subscribe. Ask questions, and I'll try and answer them. Yeah, and let's see where we go. So I look forward to hopefully you joining me on this journey. I hope you engage in this journey for yourselves, and I hope you're successful in it, because there's a lot to gain out of being your own boss. There's lots of difficulties with it, but I think once you crack it, you persevere and you crack it, I think there's so much to gain from that, from just being your own boss and having your own independent income. Anyway, so yeah, let's see where we end up.